Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to another THW NHL News and Rumors Report. My name is Jim Parsons. I'm here with the HockeyWriters.com. It is December 5th today. We're going to be covering some news items with relation to the Edmonton Oilers, Vancouver Canucks, and San Jose Sharks. So let's get right to it. We're going to be starting with the Vancouver Canucks. Lots of talk out of Vancouver that Brock Boeser could be a player who was on the move here. Elliotte Friedman reported on Saturday night's 32 Thoughts broadcast that the Canucks have given Boeser and his agent permission to seek a trade with other teams to see if there's a fit there. It doesn't sound like the Boeser camp has requested a trade, just that Vancouver might be willing to do this. Friedman also reports that it looks like Vancouver's going to have to take less than what they would like in an ideal trade because of the fact he's got a pretty high salary. There's not a lot of leverage here from Vancouver, and Friedman believes this could be the beginning of a dismantling in Vancouver, which would then potentially lead to talk about Horvat, who is a pending UFA. There's lots of talk about where he's going to wind up, if the Vancouver Canucks are going to trade him, or whether or not they're willing to give him big bucks and sign him. It sounds like things are leaning more towards the fact that Vancouver might be willing to part with Horvat as well. He'll be an easier move because of the fact that he's going to be a rental for a competitive team, and then he'll hit the free agent market during the offseason. And Boeser, who knows what's going to happen there, but it sounds like Vancouver, depending on how they do, could be making some moves here in the next little bit. So we'll see. Again, Boeser hasn't asked for a trade, but he isn't very happy with the fact that he was almost a healthy scratch on Hockey Fights Cancer Night out of Vancouver. And if you know his family story, that was kind of a big deal. So we'll see where this all goes. In Montreal, there's some talk between the Canadiens and Edmonton Oilers. Not that these two teams are actually talking about this, but reports that the Oilers might be interested in Joel Edmundson. If you watch the game on Saturday, Edmundson got kicked out of the game for cross-checking Zach Hyman in the face. As silly as this sounds, that's exactly the type of player that the Oilers are looking for. They need a left-shot defenseman, somebody who could maybe play on their second pair, move Brett Kulak down a little bit, guy who can eat 18 to 22 minutes a night, is rugged, playoff experience, good leader in the locker room, and Edmonton's got a contract that the Oilers could potentially afford if they can swap a player like maybe Jesse Puljujarvi or Kyle Yamamoto the other way. It's just sort of an even salary swap. We'll see if Montreal is willing to do this right now. Arpon Basu of The Athletic says that this is not a trade that Montreal is looking at immediately because they are not ruling themselves out of a playoff spot, but Edmundson probably fits better on a playoff team, and if the Canadiens are not that, then he could get moved here. And Montreal wants to pick up a first rounder. That's what their goal was originally, and they're hoping that Edmundson can do that. Finally, out of San Jose, Friedman and Jeff Merrick asked Erik Karlsson, point blank, what are you thinking with the noise about a potential trade? And he says, I just want to win. Whether or not he can do that in San Jose or not is another story, but it does sound like Karlsson is looking to win somewhere, have another chance at this. He knows that he's got lots of years left in the NHL, but he's getting a little older. He wants another crack at it. We'll see where San Jose sits on all of this. If they go the long, slow rebuild route, then Karlsson might be a player that gets moved, but this isn't the easiest trade to make. This is an $11.5 million cap hit that will have to be retained salary. There's not a lot of teams that can do this. So Karlsson's playing really well. It's just a matter of whether or not a team can afford to take him on. And at half the salary, there'd probably be a lot of takers, but it's still not an easy contract to move. So we'll see where this goes. But right now, Karlsson says he's not, actively looking for a trade. The Sharks are not actively shopping him, but they are listening to offers if anybody wants to make them. But Karlsson says he just wants to win, and that's kind of the plan here. All right, folks, that's going to do it for today. We'll have another news and rumors report coming up here in a couple days. Don't forget, check out the HockeyWriters.com for everything else, and we'll talk to you soon.